Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Empty Podcast. We have officially made it 2 weeks. How does everyone feel? We did this. We have some consistency.
We have nice consistency.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, like 2 weeks is a pretty long streak for me, so I'm pretty proud of myself right now.
COVID times, I don't do anything the same 2 weeks in a row other than lay and be sad. So, high five to us.
Hey.
Yeah, we're here. Round of applause, right?
Yeah. So we have some awesome things planned for this week. But first, I'd like to introduce myself again. My name's Rebecca, or Beat Boop Bex, and I'm joined with my 2 wonderful co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Faith. And we're Team Rocket. No, I'm joking. We're not Team Rocket.
I love that. Maybe we are Team Rocket. I like a little bit of spice.
So
this week, I could see it as Meowth. I could see that. But yeah, so this week we have some amazing topics, a new segment coming in, and lots of tea on the internet. So I am really excited. Buckle down for some internet tea and our opinions. So we're going to start off with doing a little bit more of a get to know me thing. Faith had this awesome idea of talking about our dream home, I guess. So I'll let Faith take over. Faith, why don't you tell us a little bit about your intro?
So my idea to get to know everybody was hopefully, I see our dream houses as like a way into the mind. Like, you know how the eyes are the windows to the soul kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the dream house is like the whole inside, like the whole dollhouse of your brain. It's like everything that you are comfortable with, things that you love in your life, etc., etc. It says a lot about you as a person, you know?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Taking into account that Will is like the real estate thought of our group.
Well, not
I felt
to brag.
like it was very appropriate.
Not to brag, but I am a real estate
yeah,
thought.
I am
Like-
real estate thought.
like-
so.
Like, do you remember last year when you were painting the awning of your house, Becca, and he was judging every single stroke you made? Like,
Oh my god. I've never met a more judgmental painter in my life.
and he was just sitting there too. It was the best thing ever.
No, hold on. I
And
was
you know
painting.
what we still do? You know what we do with dirt, Will? We paint over it and no one has to worry about
you
it.
know, just a couple layers of paint. No one's gonna notice it, right?
I
The
feel like
household.
I feel like that's the slogan for the United States, though, like the politics down there.
I just kind of.
Just paint over it. It's
Alright.
good.
Just paint over, it's fine. Well, keep that for later. Alright, so are we just describing our perfect house then? Who wants to go first?
I guess since I'm taking the lead, I will introduce mine first. I did
Okay.
introduce it as like a fantastical thing, so you didn't have to just stick to like your generic house or even something that's already thought of or whatnot. I wanted to go a little bit like eccentric and stuff. I feel like my dream
You
house.
eccentric? Never.
Oh my god, I am the most normal person here. I'm so white and so straight. Oh my god, I'm like a cis man. I would like to say that my dream house would have to be a treehouse.
Ooh.
Okay, that is the most Faith thing you could have said.
But it blew my house
Like-
up just out of the water.
That is like the opposite of Will. Like, Will would never.
Will's like, I want a nice, like, slanted ceiling. Me, I'm just like, I like trees.
Faith would want to live in a treehouse until she realized what living in a treehouse would entail, and she wouldn't give up on the treehouse. She would just kind of be sad about it and continue her life.
Now,
She'd just be like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's fine.
a real world
I'd be really
suggestion
enthusiastic about it for a week.
is you can rent out old Firewatch towers and you can stay in those.
Oh! You have hit me where my groin likes to get fiery.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, I think we need a tally of how many times Faith says things that make me physically a little ill, and that's another tick on the board. Right next to blood fetishes, which you lovely brought up last week, and I totally enjoyed that conversation.
That was great. But like,
All right.
I was
Is
also
there
taking,
anything?
I was also taking into consideration like any like natural disasters that could possibly happen, and then I realized forest fires are a natural thing that happen a lot. So,
Oh my gosh, that kind of connects to my
God.
home.
I mean, if anyone wants to have like a let's say a gender reveal party, I guess I would be fucked out of a house, but
Yeah, you'd be screwed. You'd be like, I'm genderless and I'm in a treehouse. What am I
I'm
gonna do?
genderless and homeless. I shouldn't be joking about that. That's a real thing. Fuck the Salvation Army, by the way.
Oh.
But at least I'd be safe from like floods.
Yeah, you'd be real safe from them floods unless they got
really
too
it.
tall.
That's really it.
Okay, we're not talking about practicality here. I love the treehouse. Is there anything,
Thank
like
you.
any aspect of the treehouse that... How are you going to get in the treehouse? Are you doing an arm workout
Yeah.
every day? What are you feeling?
I was trying to debate this. Like, did I want it like Tolkien style, like Elven kind of thing, or did I just want like your basic ass like box in a tree?
This is your dream
Kind of
treehouse,
thing.
right?
Two-
So what do you want?
Those are two very different worlds. Also, can I say, there's like two different ways you could go with this, and I feel like I know the faith route. There's how do I get up this treehouse every day, and then there's the more realistic faith route, which is you think I'm going to leave?
That's yeah.
I'm there forever now.
I can't deny that. That's probably exactly what I was thinking. I didn't really think about actually how I'd get into it. It's just like, you know, I'd like to live in a treehouse. I don't know how I'd get up there or get in there, but, you know, live in a treehouse. My theory is I will be carried by wolves into a
God.
tree. By God. God would be throwing me into the dirt, Becca. Into the dirt.
Maybe you hit a tree on the way down.
He would give me the 1-2 Mayweather. Like, he would annihilate me.
RKO out of nowhere from God. Oh,
Anyways,
I'm sorry, anyone religious. We're just joking.
I'm not.
Okay, I feel like Will is the grand finale, and I mean, mine kind of relates to the natural disasters.
Okay.
Love that.
Nice segue.
I want to live in the eye of a tornado. No, I'm not that emo anymore. Anymore. So I think I honestly gave this zero thought at all. But like I've kind of always known. I would just want like one of those little like environment houses that have like solar panels and like a water basin and like a filter, so like your water comes from like when it rains and stuff like that. I mean, we're in Canada, that's super realistic. It rains all the time, it snows all the time. I'd love to save a cow, because I'm a vegetarian, don't eat meat, don't want to eat meat. Everyone should watch David Attenborough's new documentary. He talks about, and I don't really care if you eat meat, but you know, he talks about if we stop eating meat and, you know, put 1/3 of the world's oceans as no fishing zones, we can battle climate change and create a better future, and actually a future where there's less tornadoes and forest fires, so Faith can have her fucking treehouse. That's the sole reason. But if we put 1/3 of the oceans as no fishing zones, you could feed the rest of the earth with the amount of fish that we can catch from the other 2/3 of the ocean. So, I mean, I just want like a cute little house with solar panels, because renewable energy is the future. And I love to save a little cow, and I want a whole bunch of snakes and dogs. And my boyfriend hates animals, so hopefully he doesn't listen to this. This is dreams. I don't know. I just like animals. I want to be with nature. I want to feel like a hippie. Wildflowers. Wildflower gardens are really important. So I'd love to have like instead of grass, like a wildflower kind of thing. Natural Canadian flowers. It helps the bees. God,
would you have like
I sound
your
like
own, like
the
little
kind of
bee
vegan
Harvey?
everyone hates.
No, you're not.
I would love to have bees. They're really
bees.
great. I don't want to be near them. This is the thing. I respect all animals. I absolutely respect every animal.
Hell yeah.
Does that mean I have to like them and want to be near them? Hell to the no. Bees, I don't mind. But spiders, I'm like, I've held spiders, I've held tarantulas, I've held scorpions. Like, it's fine. I just don't want to, like, hang out with them every day, you know? Like, I used to have this spider on my balcony, and I, like, would look at her, and I'd be like, all right, babe. I don't touch you, you don't touch me. We'll just, like, not touch each other. So, like, don't crawl up my nose while I'm sleeping.
Just to have a good, like, little corner in your bedroom where a spider lives and it pays rent for you because, you know, it's gotta pay its due, you know?
Exactly. So
like,
moral of the story, every spider has to pay its due.
Hell yeah. So, like,
That's my dream
my
house.
question for your house, then. Like, what, like, when you say, like, the environmentally safe one with the solar panels, do you mean, like, one of those, cool, like, freight train kind of car houses, or, like, those, like, cargo ship boxes, or... I know there's a word for it. I am just dumb right now.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I like kind of... I also have this part of me where I love, like, old school movies, like 70s, 80s movies, like those, like... Or even, like, 90s movies, like those classic houses that, like, the kids grow up in a 90s movies, and the gross but wonderful rich white suburban neighborhood, because I'm, like, a terrible person, but, like, I don't want it to be, like, a rich white suburban neighborhood. I just like how beautiful the houses always look, but, like, they're too big. So I don't think, like, freight car, like, I'm a hippie.
What if you did, like, one of those tiny
but
houses?
I'm not there yet.
Ooh.
Okay, tiny houses intrigue me, but I'm a fucking mess, and my mess needs to be spread out. That's the only concern.
I feel that.
Maybe when I'm adult.
Aren't you, like, 22?
We're not going to talk about that. 22 is still young. I don't
have you been seeing that on TikTok where they're
we're just
like
fetuses.
There are TikToks being posted where the people are saying, "Oh, you know, late 90s is old now."
Oh, I've seen those.
I saw this TikTok where it's like, I went to LCBO, or like I went to the liquor store and they asked for my ID, and like I flashed it to them. They're like, "Oh, that's all right. I saw the, you know, I saw the 1 in your birth year." Sorry, 1998 isn't that old, guy? Please don't say that to me. I've already had like 2 midlife crises, and I'm only 22.
We are only 22. We do not need a quarter life crisis right now. Thank you.
Can we normalize, like, having 22 life crises in 22 years?
And the thing is, there
should be maybe a goal.
They're not even necessarily like 1 per year. It's like consecutive ones.
No,
from like the age of 10.
Sometimes life like takes a 20/20 on you. You know, it does a slap in the face, a smackdown. You have like 10 mental breakdowns in like 1 year, and you're like, who am I? What kind of people do I like? What's my gender? What do I want to do in the future? Am I straight? Am I bi? What am I?
Am I a human?
Honestly, I mean, we're allowed to. And then you're like, oh shit, did I take my meds today? Which I just realized I did not take my meds today.
Uh-oh.
Woo, quirky.
Oh my god. My meds keep me from being crazy.
All right. Enough about my boring... Everyone's gonna think I'm like the vegan teacher. Don't hate me.
Oh no, don't ever say that. If you ever become
I'm not
the vegan teacher, I will bitch slap you.
I'm like, oh, everyone's gonna hate me. I'm the nice kind of vegetarian.
It's true though. She really is.
I swear.
Okay, so let's continue on because we've gotten way off track. Will, for the finale of the question, would you like to elaborate on what your dream house is, sir? And give us the whole walkthrough. I want to know everything about it. I want to know the stats about it. Does it have like 5 dexterity? Like, I want to know.
God.
Well, it's like I want an apartment. That's all.
I just want to say that you've really hyped up my house here. It's probably like the most boring out of anyone's.
My house is going to burn.
I have a question about your house, though, really quickly. I didn't get to ask. If it's a tree house, is it one, like, large tree house, or is there, like, different trees you're kind of located in with connecting, like, bridges? How are we...
You know, that's the ideal. That's the ideal, but I feel if you want to get more realistic about me, it's probably one of those box tree houses with, like, a really shitty, like, ladder going up.
It's in your mom's backyard with the pigeons.
It's an RV that's been thrown into a tree, basically.
Ooh.
It's been
I love
yeeted into
that.
the tree.
Okay, so for my house, I think it's nothing it's nothing special. There are important things that I'd want, which would be enough rooms for me to have family to stay in, because I have family visit a lot. Not during COVID though.
Except for
Yeah, we're
COVID.
not doing that right now. I haven't seen them in a long time, but we're not going to talk about it. I want, obviously, I need to have some good internet. I feel like I'm kind of just putting a blanket statement out there by saying that, but I want decent internet throughout the house. Gotta have a good kitchen for my boyfriend. He needs top of the line stuff in there.
Wait, you're gay?
What? I mean my girlfriend.
I'm sorry.
Breaking news!
Did I just
my
say that?
girlfriend.
Edit that out. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah.
Edit that. I'll edit
So for my girlfriend, because she cooks a lot, and
as women should.
and so you know,
God.
we got to make sure the kitchen's top of the line if she's going to be spending a lot of time in there, right? But
It's Shauna,
yeah,
right?
it's her name is Shauna, spelled Seana, Shauna. So yeah. So other than that, I kind of want open space. I like a lot of big windows to let in a lot of natural light. Nothing. It's pretty boring. Like, in all honesty, it's nothing special. But I will never have a cookie cutter house. Ugh, it's disgusting.
It's the millennial dream.
Oh my god, you just shot on my
Disgusting.
dream.
No,
Disgusting.
okay, cookie cutter houses are fine if you're like,
A white
If you're
40-year-old
a cookie
middle-aged
cutter
man.
bitch. Okay,
yeah.
moving
if
on.
you're-
Karen!
Fuck you, anyone with a fucking cookie cutter house. you all suck. No, just fucking
Are you
with
a soccer mom with a minivan and like 2.5 kids?
Okay, we gotta like give soccer moms some creds though. Like, they did that.
That's true.
They did that. They have a house and children, and I have a mental breakdown every Monday.
You
So
need
like,
to marry some rich guy.
drink more wine.
The real goal is to find a really old geriatric man who's on his deathbed and marry him before he realizes he's senile, and
That is terrible. Sign me up. No, just kidding.
that's the
Just
millennial
just
dream,
get a
man.
sugar daddy, and then just live with him for a little bit, kind of feel it out how long he's gonna last, and then if it's not gonna be too long, really lay it on thick, make sure he loves you and all that, and then when he dies, you're gonna be in the will, right? So that's kind of the game plan here.
Pro tip, if you die of a potassium overdose, they can't detect it in your autopsy.
That sure is just
So
information.
just feed him very...
Okay. Moving on from how to murder
I didn't say I was
someone.
gonna murder. I said I was gonna love him to death.
Love him to death
with
my
potassium. Give him the
potassium.
banana.
I'll give him my vitamin P. All right. So now we are moving on to a new segment. Everyone get ready. Theme song. Okay. Welcome to my new segment. I am calling Reba Reviews.
Ooh.
And I was okay. Everyone imagine me sitting in my tiny little. Oh God, it's a Prius. This makes me worse. Okay.
Becca's actually a 30-year-old white girl living in New York in a studio apartment.
Name the vegan teacher. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay. I'm sitting in my car. You know, I'm just listening to music as I do, even though I said last podcast I don't, but I do. And Bruno Mars came on, and Bruno Mars has been out of the scene for so long, but I have realized that Bruno Mars has some audacity. I can't tell if I can give him a round of applause for being so straightforward in his awkwardly sexual songs, or like if I'm gonna frown at him because I'm like, ugh, I don't want to listen to this, but like that's why I need your help. So I have some of the lyrics to Bruno Mars' beautiful song Straight Up and Down. Now I'd like to just get some, some little tidbits, popcorns of what we think of the title.
It sounds like erectile dysfunction as a commercial.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's not the most flattering title.
Can you imagine being like a radio jockey?
Feel bad for him.
Being a radio jockey, okay. All right, welcome to blah, blah, blah. Next up, Straight Up and Down by Bruno Mars. Like, it's just a buzzkill of a name, in my opinion. But, like, I gotta give him props for being so overtly sexual. Like, many people are like, they make sexual songs, and it's like, oh, she's sucking my dick. He's explaining exactly how he got this woman into bed. And I was listening to more of his music today, and I was kind of uncomfortable. Like, I kind of felt like he was, like, this, like, gross guy that hits on me in the club. Okay? So, like, I want that in the back of your mind. Because I'm swaying your opinion, obviously. Okay. He says, this is just the first couple lines. Girl, I bet your mama named you good looking. 'Cause you sure look good to me. My attention? Oh, yes, you just took it. You're probably the finest thing that I've ever seen. Let's just take that in. Girl, I bet your mama named you good looking. Guy, is he not the guy in the club that you're like, oh my god, leave me alone?
Yeah, no, he really just...
And then he continues, take it nice and slow. Let me watch while you turn around. Just back it up on me, girl.
No.
Right now. Like, and I want you guys to all get the image. I am a short king, stand up. But any short king that talks like this, I know them. I know the tall kings that talk like this. But the audacity of Bruno Mars to come in here with his little fedora, I'm sorry. I don't care how rich you are. You're wearing a fedora. You give me this look like that guy that I don't want to talk to me anymore. Like he knocks on your window when you're sitting in your car. Like, I'm getting some vibes. Is Bruno Mars this kind of like weird guy?
Like,
it's a beautiful day to love women.
I just like, I don't know. I feel kind of like gross reading this, but I think it's kind of interesting how we can have a song like this from Bruno Mars, which is obviously very sexual in tone. And we're kind of grossed out by it, ew, yucky, take it nice and slow.
Yucky.
Let me watch you turn around, right? Gross. But then we get some WAP in here, right? Yeah. And we're all for it.
Oh, fuck me up. Give me that wet ass pussy.
It's just something about Bruno Mars then, right? Because they're both, like, they're sexual songs. But Bruno Mars is just with his, like, personality and just his height.
So it could be the cucky look of Bruno Mars, but do you think it also could be that, like, that's like a song about women being like, yeah, we're fucking hot, and this is a song about Bruno Mars being like,
let me
baby,
objectify you.
I got your body rocking side to side, straight up and down.
I feel like the difference is that Bruno Mars is singing about objectifying a woman, whereas Cardi B is being proud that she's a woman. I don't personally like either of them, so I don't have a particular, like, bias for either one, but WAP is a little bit more empowering because you don't hear very many songs about women appreciating the fact that they have vaginas, the clitoris. You don't hear a lot about that.
Okay, all I'm saying, this is literally my review, is all I wanted to say, and I need to know your opinion. I want votes. You can tweet us at the MT Podcast on Twitter. Comment in the comment section. We want to hear, do you think Bruno Mars would be the guy to send a dick pic that you don't want? Because I think he is. This song convinces me.
Oh yeah, that's definitely...
Google a picture of him in a fedora. That man would send you a picture of his wiener. And you would be like, Bruno!
You know what? I will
I
be
told you
offended.
like 8 times.
I will be offended if Bruno Mars's penis does not have its own fedora.
Oh, God.
Wait, he can't...
Do you say you need his penis, Becca?
No,
no.
Oh.
Maybe subconsciously, but not consciously. No,
Well, you don't want it straight up and down?
No. That makes me uncomfortable just reading the song lyrics. Does that mean Bruno Mars is circumcised?
Oh.
Is that a fedora? Okay, like, Bruno Mars has the money. He has the money to, like, get a custom-built fedora. I like how I'm saying it has to be built. This fedora has to be built. Oh my god.
Has to be carved by the finest dwarves.
Carved by the gods. Maybe Bruno Mars is oh god.
If you're about to say exactly what you're about to say, Becca, just no.
Sorry. I'll post it. I'll put it up on the screen for everyone listening. This is the photo that Will just sent us of Bruno Mars giving us almost like a Lin-Manuel Miranda lip bite, but with this fedora fucking toppling off his wrinkly head. This man is, I mean, he might be the nicest guy ever, but he looks like you would turn him down and he'd call you fat. Because like, I know those kind of guys. He'd be like, fuck you, you're fat.
So does Bruno Mars always wear a hat, or is the fedora his thing? Maybe he does because not. Because I'm seeing like a picture with just his hair, and it looks weird. I'm not.
I think he always wears the hat. Maybe he's hiding something.
Look, take a peek.
Okay,
there's his
rightfully,
hair.
we can make fun of the hat. Rightfully, we have the right to make fun of the hat, but not the biological man himself. We can't make fun of the way he is.
We give him cheers for being a short king. We love our short kings. As a tall queen, I can appreciate all my short kings, but fuck you, Bruno Mars. You scare me. I am Matthew Morrison. That man turns me on in a weird way. I can't believe I just said that. Bruno Mars scares me. He scares me.
Are you know, Bruno Mars is gonna, come out and start talking after he hears this podcast, right? You're gonna start Twitter beef with Bruno Mars just because of this.
Yeah,
right.
three kids from Canada are just gonna get into a fist fight with Bruno Mars.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for it. I think we
definitely
can take him. The gays versus Bruno. Okay, so speaking of Twitter drama, I mean, I gotta say it. 2 months ago, I hated Trisha Paytas. Now, Trisha's my queen. I feel like a little back and forth with this girl, but like, oh my god, she is going through it right now. Has everyone seen online Trisha versus Shane Dawson versus Jeffree Star?
Okay, so
I have heard some stuff.
Yeah, I've kind of seen that there's some tea. I saw the video that Trisha posted calling them the literal scum of the earth, but that's all I've seen because I kind of left all the Shane drama a couple months ago and I haven't looked back.
Can I just say, everyone's shitting on her for like being over dramatic. Yes, queen. That fucking title. Literally exactly what I would say. If my best friend of like 10 years was caught like talking shit behind my back and didn't stand up for me, I'd be like, yeah, you're literally the scum of the earth. Fuck off. Like, yes, queen.
Yeah, like,
so
I stand for her.
Can you kind of dish?
For anyone who doesn't know. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone in the comments. But basically, Trisha Paytas went on a trip with Jeffree Star a couple, I guess like a year ago. And, they went on a jet and they were like making fun of her to her face, like this Hair by Jay and Jeffree Star. They're like making fun of her Crocs and calling her like disgusting and trash and all this shit. And like Jeffree Star's like assistant threw out her Balenciaga bag, which is like a very expensive bag. And just like, I mean, for us it's like, oh, whatever. But I mean, if you think about it, it's just genuine human like cruelty. Like, that's just mean. They were just mean to her. They were bullying her.
Are they mean girls?
They're mean
like,
girls.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
they fucking suck. They're scum. they just don't treat people with kindness, even if it's Trisha Paytas, who has been racist and sexist and said terrible things in the past. They're still a human. You're no better to treat her the way that she treats others, right? And so a mutual friend of theirs, Shane Dawson and Ryland, Trisha was like, hey, Shane, I don't want you to be friends with Jeffrey. Like, they talked about it over and over again, and Shane kept on, like, being like, basically blowing smoke up Jeffrey's ass, being like, oh my god, like, you're such a king, like, we love you, even after, like, Trisha was like, yo, this guy, like, literally, like, was so cruel to me. And it just blew up this week, because Hair by Jay posted this video, like, threatening her and all this shit, and Shane Dawson has been crickets. Says nothing, does not come to her defense.
I'm not surprised.
Says nothing. And, like, they've been friends for 10 years. Like, what the fuck? He just completely, like, ignored the situation. And Ethan and Hila from the H3 podcast, who are now family members of Trisha Paytas, or soon to be, they're, like, right by her side, which is awesome, and supporting her. Because for anyone, losing a friend for that long is hard. And then all these voice messages came out where it's, like, Shane Dawson from, like, 2016, like, mocking Trisha Paytas behind her back and, like, making fun of her. And Rylan on his podcast was like, oh my god, Trisha, like, I wish you would have come to us personally as a friend. Like, oh my god, Trisha talks about everything to everyone. For you to say that, like, even as a viewer, I know I don't know you personally, but I cannot fucking believe that Trisha Paytas, who's been your best friend for 10 years and you say you see all the fucking time, had this traumatic event, talked about it all over the internet, and didn't talk to you about it. No fucking way. You're so full of shit. We all know Shane Dawson is toxic. Like, him and his old friend Garrett and Andrew, they're not friends anymore. Like,
wait, he's not
Shane
friends
Dawson
with Garrett
is worse
Andrew?
than... Oh no, that's some other tea. I know, the tea
that
is
ship
hot,
sailed a
which is
long
why I
time
was
ago.
so excited this week, because this is hilarious. Not for Trisha, but Shane Dawson is literally worse than Bruno Mars. Shane Dawson would send you a dick pic and then be like, ha ha, what do you mean you didn't want it? So yeah, thoughts, impressions, thoughts of Shane, thoughts of Jeffrey. Are we on? Oh, well, I'm on side Trish. She is also, I mean, nothing to do with this situation, but Trish is our gender fluid queen. She has, you know, a couple months ago, she came out as trans. Maybe that was more a year ago. And, you know, she said she had DID and all this stuff. And now she's like, you know, I've been going to a lot of therapy, and I finally realized I don't feel fully female. Some days I feel more feminine. Some days I feel more masculine. And fucking straight up, good for her. You're allowed to be 30 and still figuring out your shit. That's why I give props to Trisha.
Oh god, yeah.
And she, like, she's a sex worker. She's figuring her shit out. Like, she has mental health issues. Who the fuck cares? You're allowed to be 30 and figuring out your shit. She's figuring out her gender identity. She's been working on, you know, her sexuality. And she's like, I'm gender fluid. And props to her. So, the Empty Podcast will always support you, Trisha. Because, unless you do something really fucking stupid. Because...
racism and sexism.
Yeah.
But, you know.
We support our gender fluid sister. And... yeah, thoughts. I want to know your thoughts. Did you see this coming from Shane?
Yeah, I
or
mean,
Jeffrey?
Like, not saying anything, or, you know, just not being there. Yeah, I kind of expected that, unfortunately, right?
It's nothing new, really. I'm not sure how Shane's managed to keep being relevant over the last decade since his career has kind of dwindled down and, you know, burnt out, but somehow it still manages to simmer on. But the only way he's managing to stay relevant right now is by being in the middle of this stirring shit pot. And
It's also-
the one who's stirring it is usually Jeffree Star or some associate of Jeffree Star, and that's not surprising.
It's also
I'm not-
so interesting that, like, almost people are, like, just as mad about this as they are, like, the pedophilia and racist thing. Like, it's just, like, the cherry on top, I feel like, for a lot of the internet. It's like, okay, guy, don't come back. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you have done
he's going to try,
racist
though.
jokes. You've done, like, sexual jokes about children. And like, even thinking back to my childhood, do you guys remember that video? I remember Shane Dawson posted it. It was like his cousin or something, and she's like pretending to be, she's like literally 13 or something, pretending to be pregnant, and she goes like, my favorite popsicle flavor is dick. Like, even that's a little weird to be like, hey, younger cousin, can you say this?
I always wondered that, like, how do you present these lines to people and like kind of normalize it to them, right?
Oh, it's gonna be so funny if you're young and pregnant and saying that you love dick. It's gonna be so funny.
The worst part is that I remember when I was a kid, I'm just applying myself into the situation, like trying to associate myself in like the only way I know how to, by, you know, inserting myself in the situation. I feel like most kids in that, like, at that age range, like 12, 13, maybe even 11, but that's going a little far, I guess. Like, a lot of them are already going through puberty, they got hormones going on, they are very much aware that all these things are very sexual, and they find it really funny because, you know, haha, penis. Like, don't tell me you didn't play the penis game when you're growing up, yelling penis until one person stopped loud, like, couldn't breathe, really.
I just want to say I've never heard of that.
Will didn't have a childhood.
Well, that's another story.
Don't call him out like that. Jesus. Sorry, Will.
Will, I love you. But, like, it's really easy to manipulate a child like that into thinking that that's normal behavior for someone who's, like, Shane's age at that point. I don't know how old he was back then, but...
Yeah, that just goes back to the same thing of, like... Shane's a manipulator. Like, the internet can see it. Jeffrey's a manipulator too. A lot of these social media presence, like, the way you get popular and famous is manipulating people to get to the top. Like, you can't not expect it. So, like, I'm not even mad at Shane for being like a shit person, because I assume most people in that kind of spot are shit people. It's the fact that, like, even someone that's close to you and defends you for 10 years, like, your shit to them, that's just like, I don't know, I feel like it's so human that, like, people can relate to it with Trisha. Like, you know, oh, I lost a friend of 10 years, and, like, even if, you know, whatever was going on in my life, like, that still fucking sucks. So
exactly, yeah. Disclaimer for any future reference, we are in no way, shape, or form defending Trisha for any of her past behaviors. We are only elaborating on our feelings towards her situation right now and the situation that she's been dragged into, as well as the actual just overall ambiance of the Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star shit show that is their lives and their reality show that they think is, you know, going on all the time. But no way, shape, or form are we actually supporting Trisha Paytas' internal, like opinions, like racism, sexism, obviously. We are not about that. We have never been about that. We completely deplore it. In fact, I am ready to eat the rich. So I don't know if that means anything to anybody.
In her treehouse, she will destroy the world.
Exactly.
I love it.
So I just wanted to put that as further disclaimer.
Okay, so we're going to be closing up soon. And I cannot imagine not talking about this. Just quickly, Trump's gone. Bye, sister.
Orange has been ejected.
Bye, sister.
Oh my god.
Okay, we love that.
It's about fucking time.
And now I'm going to award Bernie my Snack of the Week award, because Bernie has been throwing out some beautiful, beautiful new things for the U.S., which is great. If you don't agree,
content king.
He is a queen. If you don't agree, that's fine. I don't really care.
Hell yeah.
So, like, 90% of the things that Bernie has done in one day has been like, make America less racist. Make America like more approachable for people of different cultures and sexualities and genders. Oh my god.
Fucking right. Like, actually think about the people for once, right? Like,
and then he also, like, you know, he re-signed the Paris contract, like, about climate change and stuff like that. Revoked travel bans, referred to as the Muslim ban and African ban. Like, that's just,
Wait, are we talking about Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden?
Oh my god, I'm such a shit show. Okay, Bernie is also the snack of the week. I'm talking about Biden. I'm so dumb.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but can we talk
I'm
about...
sitting here, I'm like, I didn't think he was actually president, but he's totally okay
Maybe
with that.
I'm just like in a dream world. I just love Bernie. You know what? Bernie and Biden. Bernie and his little mittens cheering on Biden.
Our dads.
Our dads. So dad of the week, Bernie and Biden. That is totally my fault. Now I feel like an idiot. Whatever.
It's okay.
But maybe it was meant to be. Maybe in my heart, I know that Bernie is our snack of the week and not Biden. Sorry, Biden. Bernie wins.
I mean, when Bernie takes the fucking show of the inauguration by becoming a huge meme that's continuing on, like, to this very moment, which, by the way, I'm not mad about at all.
How is this man
that
so
you are
adorable?
The wrong man. Oh my god! I know. Like, the mittens, the very unimpressed, like, look on his face, like... How could you not love this?
He's just not here for it. He's just like, it's fucking cold outside. This year's been a shit show. There's probably people, like, it's stressful. People are, like, Trump's being a little bitch. Not showing up to Biden's, inauguration. Being president.
Like, the first president in how many years to have not shown up for an inauguration?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Petty as fuck.
I don't care what you think about Trump, but come on, that petty. He being a little high school. He's like a drama queen, you know. He's that girl in high school that's like, I'm not even gonna go. But props to whatever.
Oh man,
you do you, Trump.
It's just
go order your Pepsi button. Did you know Donald Trump apparently had a Diet Pepsi button?
Yes.
Where
and they had it removed.
Push it. Yeah, they removed the Pepsi button.
It's actually no. It was a
you
Diet Coke
were being racist.
button.
You were losing your pop privileges.
Okay, I think this is actually a great way to end the podcast. What would you replace the Diet Pepsi button with?
Like replacing the drink or replacing...
You can replace it with anything. Maybe you get a little snack, or do whatever you want, Queen. You're president.
I think I would replace... I think I'm going to go replace the drink. I love, a good iced tea.
Ooh.
We live for that. It hits
Are you
the right
sure
spot.
you're choosing that over Starbucks? Because I'm assuming President gets free Starbucks.
Well, is it... Can I just set one type of Starbucks item to this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one. You can't be putting in orders.
I almost wouldn't want to do that then. I'm not always feeling the same thing from Starbucks, right?
Okay, she's an iced tea queen.
What about you guys?
I would replace it with...
Faith?
I would replace the button...
Okay.
...with a button that defunded the police.
That did what?
Defunded the police. I'm very bitter.
Very solid answer.
Defund the police. Black Lives Matter.
Oh my god, Faith is still being political.
Oh my god, we're like, God, we're queer. Okay, ending the podcast. I would change the button. I would have a puppy button.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
God.
I'd have a button and they'd bring me puppies. And I'd be like,
you got
yay!
that presidential stress, right? You need some puppies.
A presidential puppy button. Maybe that needs to happen. You know who I think could make it happen is Bernie. I think Bernie would supply Biden with some puppies.
I mean, Biden's got his own dogs, right? So why not just those ones?
Major Biden had his own inauguration, and he was sung to by Josh Groban. If that's not greatness, I don't know what is.
I love that. I love that for him. All right. Thank you all for listening. Please feel free to give a like and leave a comment. It really, really helps us. You can follow us on Twitter at the MT Podcast, or you can follow me, Beep Boop Backs, on Instagram at Beep Boop Backs. I'll be posting on there more about our podcast and stuff like that. And we'll be kind of doing it bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks is easiest because we are all working women. And yeah, I'm going to give you a little teaser for 2 weeks from now. We're going to be talking about who we think is going to be Sister Snatched, #canceled in 2021.
Ooh.
what we think's gonna happen, who we think's gonna be canceled, and why. And that could be anyone. It doesn't have to be on YouTube. All that good stuff. So leave your predictions below because I think it's gonna be really fun and kind of funny. I don't know. Something in me says Adam Driver might do something stupid. I think that might be my love for him talking. But we'll save that all for next week.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks all for listening. My name's Rebecca.
I'm Will.
I'm Faith.
Love you lots. And stay empty.
Bye.
Stay safe.